So I lowered Apple value down to 150. Just making sure that's correct. Yep, 150 in Apple until we can get to 40 grand again in the account. That's my plan. The scale up is um, set for from between $0 and $20,000. It's $75 an Apple. Between $20,000 and $40,000, it's 150 an Apple. Between 40 and 80 is 300 bucks an Apple. I was at 300 bucks an Apple. Now I'm at, because I'm at 30 grand in the account or so, now I'm at 150 bucks an Apple. And if we can hit that 40 grand mark, we can bring it back up to 300 bucks an Apple. Once it's at 300, we're going to let that be until 80. So you continue doubling the account. That's my plan. But between 40 and 80 is obviously a big difference. I think it's fine though, because it's gradual. You need wiggle room. You need wiggle room in this stuff. So the maximum risk per trade, if at each level, is going to be 3.5% per trade. 3.5% of your account value on one trade, and that's a maximum. So I think that's doable. That's reasonable. So that's why I lowered Apple value, because we don't want a linear scale. We don't want exponential either, because that means when you get lower into the accounts, like I'm gonna lose more. Obviously, if I risk more, I lose more, and it'll be risking more of a percentage of my account, and the account can't handle that. So that's why I'm doing this. All right, so let's just get trading. I have 1 hour. I have 52 minutes at this point, so we're just gonna get into it. It's time based today, completely time based. So whatever happens at the end, whatever is actually realized, there you go. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter. I'm done after this hour anyways. So let's zoom in one. There we go. Okay. All right, let's do this. Ledger's all set. Everything's all set. Is this right? I guess it is. It's 8:15. Okay, let's look at the weekly chart. Weekly's bullish. All-time highs have been passed and continuing to do passing. Now it just broke that all-time high again, because there was that big retracement here. About 1.5% move in 1 hour. Well, now in 4 hours in that segment, but that's a big move, and now it's crossed that boundary. It's crossed it going upwards. The trend just has resumed, which is cool with me. Expect low volatility. Let's see here. It's been low volatility. Yesterday was extremely low volatility because it's the first day back. I'm expecting today to be a little bit better, to be a little bit bigger. It's been on a complete downtrend, condensing in volatility. So right now, the immediate, I would expect breakouts from the immediate ranges, because anything when it's condensing. Now, I don't think it'll continue condensing because it's December 27th. I think it'll start expanding more for the rest of this week, in my opinion. Unless it just continues until after New Year's. So it could. So when talking about breakouts versus anti-breakouts, I would do. I think I would do breakouts today. because I would expect it to expand a little bit more because, yeah, the volume's just been sucked out of it. I think volume's going to resume a little bit more today. So yeah, it's an uptrend. Even resuming after this big down move here, it's just been an uptrend. You know, it's pretty obvious. So let's just go to the daily chart. The daily has not moved today. Really small volatility today. So it goes down, and now it's trying to come up here. It's likely going to break that high. Or very likely going to break that high, in my opinion. So let's look at that. So this is that high. This is the all-time high. Yeah, this range is really small because it's been, wow. Last evening it was this at 1600. All night, London and Japan, all night. We're just sitting in between this range. That is funny. It's just not much of a range. It's very small. The 60-minute, could it come down to demand here? Yeah, but these wicks are pointing towards here. So I wouldn't think that this is demand. I think it's probably down here. Trend line demand. So at this point, I'm not gonna do anything until 8:30. The market makers are back on, so I'm not doing that. And it's good to note that market makers resume at 8:30. Like, why is this arbitrary? Is this only because, like, in the history that's when the bell started, but now there is no bell, it's open now? No, it's because market makers are paid by the exchange to market make, which is having bid and ask and narrowing down that spread and having extreme liquidity. They incentivize that. And the requirement is only from 8:30 till 3. So that's why. It's written in the freaking law of the exchange, I guess. Yeah. That it starts at 8:30. So that's the only time it starts. So why would the market makers want to be involved outside of 8:30? Probably not. They probably won't be. Probably doesn't want to be. All right, so this looks like it's going to go down. I don't know if that's going to start. I mean, 10 minutes left. You want to take a breakout right now? 8:10? I don't know. You could. You could hold on to that sucker too. I think I'm just going to wait a little bit. Let's go to crude oil. All right, crude oil is coming into demand already. This is good. I like this holding split back here too. I don't know if it'll get there. This is coming right into demand right now. You could use this as a holding split. Either way, I want to take that for sure. That's a holding split. Come on, 0.23. Let's go. Let's go. See how long. Holding split. 0.23. That's 3 contracts right now. 3 contracts at 95. 3 contracts at 95. 95. 3 contracts. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if it'll hit, but that's my plan. I'm going for a 1-to-1 here. Holding split. This is lined up perfectly in my opinion. It's lined up perfectly. And we're entering the market. 717 is the zone number. Let's take a picture. Take a picture. All right. That's the plan. Stop loss is at 74. Let's 73. Excuse me, 73 is my stop loss. Bringing it up to 73, that's $660. 660 divided by 150 bucks is 4.4 apples risk, which is exactly what I need to be risking. Perfect. Reward is a 1-to-1. It's a 75.16. 75.16. Here we go. 75.16 is 630. 630 divided by 150 an apple, so it's 4.2 is my reward. This is fantastic. We entered long at 820. This is 1227.23. 717 entered. This is a what? 15 minute. This is a 15-minute holding split, protecting free space of 3. Recency of 1, 2, magnitude of 2, 1. I'm gonna say recency of 2, 1 actually, just because it did make a little distal line. Outside local distal line, OE of 1. Let's see, X score is 2. What else is there? It's outside local distal line, just because there's a little bit of a break here, not really. And OE of 1 because it's overextended, kind of. It's an overextended bar right into holding split. This is precisely what I'm interested in. This is good. It's a bit wide, so it's not wide, not narrow, not micro, so I'm just leaving it. There's no other traits to this, is there? 15 minutes. Yeah, there's no other traits. So let's just go in right now. We got 4.4 apples on the line, and that's it. So we're just trying to acquire apples. That's what we're trying to do. As many apples as possible. That's the idea. Alright, seal 60 minute. Here we go. There you go. Is a higher time frame look here. And then we'll just let this thing be. Let's go back to NQ. I was thinking it would break out lower. At this point, it's not yet. I don't know what's going to happen. This is just the smallest range possible. I would buy a breakout range. In fact, I would use that that BO, so the pre-market high and low range as a breakout. So from this range, from down here to up here, as somewhat of a range breakout. So if it breaks on one side, it's likely to go duplicate that to go upwards that much and have your stop on the other side. In my opinion, anti-breakouts would do the opposite. It would break that high and then come down and break the low. And that would be the trade. I think it's going short. I don't want to get in just because it's 824. I don't know. You could just get in, but because I think it's going down. But I'm not overly concerned about it. Then 5 minutes until the market opens, what's going to happen then? It's going to push you down further. It could, or it could break upwards and then come down because there's volume and there's orders and everything. So I'm not really wanting that. Let's take a look at crude oil. Back to crude oil. All right, so it's kind of made it pivot in the zone here. It's halfway to target. I'm going to move my stop immediately to the pivot in the zone, which is here. This low is 84, which is $330, which is about 2.2 apples. Let's label that. Piz 2.2 apples. That's great in my opinion. This is a 50% Piz, and it's gone 0.5 to 1. It's actually gone 0.75 to 1. Almost to target. Now it's coming back a little bit. It's gone 0.75 to 1. That's a good note to make. 75.10. Yeah. It's 75% to 1. Or excuse, 0.75 to 1. Whatever. Yeah, that's the pivot in the zone. It's 50% in the zone. So that's a good trade. I mean, now we're risking 2 apples for 4. That's helpful, I guess. But either way, it's a toss-up of if that's going to win or not. All right, let's go to gold here. So gold I haven't looked at for a little bit, so we're going to delete things. So weekly chart. Wow, it's nearing all-time highs. Has it had some retracement on this big candle down? So this big weekly candle went up, it was super green, and it was all-time highs, and then it crushes downwards, really bearish, and then it just flips back to bullish. So in my opinion, I would expect some bears to step in to protect this high from being broken. Otherwise, you're reaching all-time highs, and it's really bullish. It looks like the stock market. So, let's see here. Yeah, I would expect some retracement. There was a little bit of retracement already here, but there's nothing that can show on the weekly chart. There's nothing that shows on the weekly chart that retracement. So we'd like to see some retracement. It would have to be up a little ways, right? I would expect it to be up a little ways, but it could go now. But yeah, it could. I would expect it to come up to here, this area. Yeah. Up here is great. This is a great place to short up here. This was really volatile this one day. Really volatile up there. Huge bars. Huge bars. So any one of these bars is like an extreme amount of money. The ATR must have been huge. Here was good. Surprised that didn't. Oh, that did work a little bit. Alright, so it hasn't really moved that much. So I'm waiting for it to go up a little bit, but we'll see. So on the higher time frame, I'm not particularly sure what's going to happen today. I'm bullish to the break of this high, but nothing more. But then again, even with that lower volatility today, I'd expect, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't break that high and just turns around right now. It doesn't even need to break that high. So, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I think I think it's more surprising if it goes down, and I'm on board with that. So if it does want to break out short, I'd be involved. I'd be involved. So let's come to a 5 minute here and see if we can get into that, in my opinion. So crude oil still in the trade somehow. We're almost at break even. We were close to the target at the start, but now it's not quite close anymore. So it's likely to lose because I moved my stop up a little bit. So we'll just let that happen. We'll just let this be and see what happens. Okay. And then we'll go to NASDAQ. NASDAQ went down, now went up. It's hitting all-time highs. It hasn't broken yet. So now the volume comes in. Now, ooh, big, easy break. I'd be bullish. I think I'd be bullish. Because I don't think we need more range. We've been ranging. We don't need more range. I think we need a trend. And the trend looks to be up. That's what my point is. So any type of structure here, we can take longs. But at this point, there's just sheer buying on this open. Now it's coming down. But there's no structure at this point, even on the 3 minutes. So we have to let it chill a little bit, in my opinion. Gold, I'm ready to go short on. Let's just let this thing. I can't just go short off the bat. I need it to show reason to go short, or any type of structure to have a trade around, have a stop loss. Crude oil. Crude oil lost. Drop down. Negative 2.2 apples is the Piz, so I'm out of that one. That's a bummer. Negative. I'm down 2 apples on the day. That's not horrible though. On this low, I'm actually interested in taking this little holding split. I am interested in that if it drops down this far. That would be good in my opinion. CL long, which is holding split, 0.11. I'm gonna double this one just because I think it's good. Double because narrow zone. It's narrow. I'm gonna let that be though, because it hasn't gotten down there for yet. But if it does go down there, I'm interested in taking longs here, for a 1-to-1, maybe a 2-to-1. You could get a 3-to-1 actually, and probably 3-to-1 would be good. Risk reward, I'll go 3-to-1. That's 6 apples risk. I'm fine with that. 6 apples at 52. 52 to 41. 52 to 41. 6 apples. 52 to 41. 52. And then 41 is my stop loss, which is really close. 41. 74, 79. Yep, we're doing well. This would be the zone right here, though. This bottom side. Let's just let that be. A 3-to-1, we'd mark it down. We'll mark it down. Something like here, 74, 78 or something like that. Anyways, let's go to NQ. It wants to break that high again, I guess. Not sure if it will. Gold, I'm more short on this thing. I am. So let's just let this thing. I need to see some red bars here to be able to get in. I can just say intuitively short, but it's risky because it's right next to this high, and it probably wants to break that high. I'd rather have a confirmation entry, in my opinion. I'd rather have a confirmation entry here. We've got half hour left. That's not a lot of time. Look at that, go up. Probably wants to break this high. This is a high that put in here, this distal line. This one. It's likely wanting to, but I'm in the camp that this thing can just head down without it. I think it can. Don't know if it will or not, but you know, I could take a comeback bar here if I wanted to. I'm gonna chill. 3 minute. I mean, you could. What about crude oil? Is it nearing? No, it's not nearing yet. Gold just broke. So it just broke that high. And now it's coming down a little bit. Okay, that makes sense. But man, if it breaks that high like it did and now just turns around, it's just more range. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Crude oil, my zone is actually working, unfortunately, but I'm already out. If I had my stop loss at the distal line, maybe it would work. Look at that go. Unfortunate. Yeah, I'd be still in. Dang it. I don't like re-entries. Just, it's not clean. Re-entries don't seem to be clean. So if this hits my target, it hits my target. That's a bummer. Let's just how life works in trading. All right, NQ. So it breaks a high. I was thinking it could go up. You can take a breakout upwards. That would make sense. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take a breakout upwards. I mean, that's what it looks like it's gonna do, right? So 9.75 NQ long, breakout 9.75, which is 4 apples. Oh, it might not happen. 4 apples at this high. 18.75. 18.75. 18.75. All right, let's see here. Yeah, it's likely not going to turn. 369,258. So you've got a full minute for this thing to break upwards, if it does. We need confirmation entry on this one, so no trade unless it does break that high. Yeah, this is not looking good for it though. Yeah, that's just a huge bar, so I'm not interested in that actually. I'm in long just because this holding split area. I'm going to be predict. That's my stop loss. It's somewhat of an intuition trade, so but 2BB predict is always intuition. All right, 718. I'm long because I think it can go up, so I'm gonna go 1.5 no, 2 to 1 is at 129.75. 129.75. And then my stop loss is at 97.41, so 97.50. $960. So 960 risk. 960 divided by 150. 6.4 apples. 6.4 apple risk. My reward on the trade is a 2 to 1. Which is way up there. Which is 1620. It's a bit much, but it's alright. 1620 divided by 150. 10.8 apples. 10.8 apples. Alright, 2 to 1. This is we gotta take a picture of this thing. I did take a picture. 718 was already planted. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. I like it. I think it's fine. We gotta describe this trade quick though. So 5-minute. No, it was a 3-minute. Anyways. All right, let's see here. This was at 8:39. 718. This was a 3-minute. 3-minute H setup, which is a 2BB predict. 2BB predict. 2BB predict. X score of 1.25. I would say wide, but I'm not going to say that. It's just like that. I think it's somewhat wide. Anyways. Protected free space of 1. Wide. I'm going to say wide. Anyways. It's gone 0. Let's see here. Yeah, that's it. Now it's heading towards stop loss. Very close to stop loss. Crude oil, not doing anything. Still hanging out at my distal line and may or may not break. Gold, it did break. So it broke that high and now it's turning downwards, which I'm good with. I'd want to get in. I don't know if it broke so much or not. I'm going to let it be a little bit more. I'm a little bit more bearish on it, just on the day picture. A little bit more bearish on it. On the day, that would come down to here, which is 70s. Let's look at 70s. Would be my target. Down here, okay. So this area would be my targets on the short. So it's got a lot of room yet to run lower if we want to get in short. You could get in short. We can. How confident? How confident are you? Is a question. How confident are you on that this is the high of the day? That's risky business. All right, here, let's see. NQ. Yeah, it's coming down. It's wanting, it looks like it's gonna break. So I'm gonna have my low 98 is my stop loss, which is saving just a couple bucks. But it's right next to my stop loss, so it's it's more likely to lose here. If it does, man, that is bearish. If that happens, that's really bearish. Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's just really bearish. I was thinking that some trend will develop, but this doesn't seem to want to trend. Trend would be it chooses upwards, it goes upwards, you know. But we'll see. I don't know. I like having this one. There you go. I like seeing that better. Anyways. Let's see here. Alright. CL long. CL gonna drop? Yeah, CL long still playing out. I'm not in it though, because I had my stop in the pivot in the zone. I think it's gonna go up. Yeah. So gold, it doesn't know what to do, which I'm good with. I'm good with going short on this holding split, in my opinion. Which would be as many contracts as possible right now, which we don't have, so I'm not gonna make this one. GCG24, which is right now. Yep. Sell as many possible. Sell. So that's 5 contracts. That's exactly what I want to see. We gotta set stop losses. This is precisely what I want to see. 719. We gotta set stop losses right now. We gotta set stop losses, bro. This high. 81.3 is my stop loss. 81.3. Come on. Come on. 81.3. I'm out. 490. 490 loss. 490 loss. Let's mark that down. 490 loss. That's such a, it's a micro trade. Usually those can work, man. I'm telling you, those can work. Holding split. 6.7. 846. This is 719. This is a 3-minute holding split micro. Protecting free space of 3, recency 2-1, magnitude 2-1, X score of 4. Micro, yeah. 0 NA. We had risked $490. 490 divided by 150 is 3.3 apples. 3.3 apples risk, and then negative 3.3 is the return. Reward would have been about 5 for 1-to-1. Okay. Here we go. Let's look at NQ, see if that happened or not. NQ's about to break. Dang it. Broken. Holy shit, guys. Loss after loss. This is crazy. Loss of 6.4 apples on that one. Just a mega freaking loss fest. Alright, here we go. So it went down, it went up. It's gone 0.25 to 1 and then broke out. 100% Piz. Right. Yeah, that broke. That totally broke. That was 718. Alright, good. Wow. Brutal. Brutal. I mean, we've lost 3 trades in a row today. Total of 11 apples. Total of 11 apples. So 11 times 150 bucks an apple is 1650. So it's still true. Still a big loss. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Let's go to gold. Gold I'm more short on, but no one seems to care. I don't think anybody wants to go short here. Let's look at crude oil. Yeah, it's likely gonna hit targets here then. That's a bummer. Wow. We've got 15 minutes left. Going short on gold. I'm going short. We've got 5 contracts short. This is an intuition trade, so I wanted a short. That's fine with me. This was the most recent high. 82.9 is my stop loss. 82.9. 560 is my risk. 560 divided by 150 is 3.7 apples. I think gold's gonna go short, so that's what I think is gonna happen. Intuition here. The width on the zone would be here. 1-to-1. No, I think it's 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. 3-to-1 is 2077.8. I'm down for that. 2077.8. 2077.8, which is a 3-to-1. It's less likely to win, but whatever. I mean, bet something if it's gonna happen. 850, yeah, 850, 851, yeah. 1227, 23. This was 720 is my zone number. Did you? Yeah, I didn't take a picture yet. Here we go. Take picture. 720. Good. Let's go to a 30-minute chart. All right, here. There it is. The pictures are taken. You can go 1-to-1 on this. A 1-to-1 would probably suit us. Like, we need freaking any win at all. That's kind of what we're looking for. A 3-to-1 would be a good win, but you don't need that much. But this is a smaller amount of risk. I think a 3-to-1 is valid. If you catch a turning point, I think a 3-to-1's valid. It is. So I don't think we can take any more short on this. Yeah. We can. Why is that? It's interesting. That's 6 contracts. Okay, so 670. There you go. 670. 4.5 apples risk. 4.5 apples risk. I don't know which target I'm going for. 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1. Like 70s is down here. I'm going 4-to-1. This is what I'm doing. 4-to-1 is 76.5. 76.5. So 3170 divided by 150, 21.1. And this is a 4-to-1. Why is that? That's strange. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's 4.5. That's right. Okay, let's describe this one. It's a 5-minute int. I think can surprise and go low. Go low immediately. Go low immediately. That's what I think it can happen. Perhaps 0.25. All right, so that trade is still up in the air. We have 10 minutes left. It's running 0.5-to-1. Somewhat narrow. Yeah, I'd call it narrow. Yeah, I'd call it narrow. Somewhat of a narrow zone. I'm gonna get more coffee. Let's look back at NQ. See what's happening there. Oh, and it does turn upwards. So yeah, man. I'm trying to have. I think this is going to be bullish, a trend upwards. So that's what I think can happen. So how it works is if you take a far away zone, like I'm taking a 4-1 on this trade, I'm not likely to win, man. I have a 20% chance of winning. That's really small. So if the plan would be to sprinkle in some smaller risk rewards to even it out a little bit. Like let's sprinkle in a couple 1-1s instead of only 3-1s, like 4-1s, whatever. I think we need to find a few of those, in my opinion. This is very bullish here. That's a holding level creation. I'm surprised I didn't see that. That is really good. So this 5-minute, no, 60-minute. Yeah, 60-minute looks like it can expand upwards. I'd be in long, man. I'd be in long the market. At this point, it's already gone up here. Could probably break that high. I have no other choice but to wait. Can't do anything about this. This thing's running. If I was long, I would have my stop here at 105 and just hold on to that thing and just see how far it can run. Because this thing is likely to break this high, which is also the all-time high, which is also the recent high. It's just bubbling, man. It's boiling. The bubbles are boiling. I'm short gold right now. We can go for a 1-1. You can go for a 1-1, but I'm going for a 4-1, which is... There's probably no need, is there? I mean, I think it can go down. I think it can go down to 70s. I think the day... Let's look on this daily chart. It's cleaner. Gold here. Day chart. I don't know. I think it can go lower. 76 is my target, which is way down here, which is still inside the day's range. That's helpful enough, but whatever. Not much we can do about it. So crude oil, wow. So hits 1-1 target and comes down. Interesting. Actually, let's mark that off. Gone 1-1. 1-1. So wait, hold up. 0.75. Now 1-1. 50% PIS. Now a 100% PIS. Yeah, that's right. Good. And then gold is currently short, doing all right. NQ. Wow. Okay. I didn't think it would retrace a little bit here. Wow. So it gives you another chance to get in long. Unreal. Totally long on that. Go for it. Go for it. Boom. Big all-time high break. You see that? Boom. That like switch. That was the algos, in my opinion. Because it breaks the high. There's tons of buyers and sellers placing their bets. Just it's an all-time high. It's a daily high. It's an intraday high. It's all of them. So that's a big deal. As this thing is running up, I think if this just runs, then I'd be willing to go short. But I don't know at this point. Wow, pulls back a lot of sellers on the breach of the high. That's telling. That says that's less of a trend day and more of an anti-breakout type of day. This thing's turning around big time. If it comes down to here, this would be demand. I'm not taking it though. It's too much. That would be demand. I think it'd bounce up. And then what? I don't know. Then I'd have to go rely on the 60-minute chart. 60-minute, oh my gosh, it just looks like the same thing. Trend. It's really small. So yeah, that did work. See that? That zone? It worked big time. 2 to 1, 3 to 1, right off the bat, a 3 to 1 like that. We gotta be quicker. I anticipated slightly before it, but there's no way that's enough time to go long. But you could have gone long because you saw that zone a while ago. You just weren't that confident in it. Okay, gold short. It's gone 1 to 1 with a pivot in the zone of 25%. This zone is already narrow, so I'm not gonna put a stop loss there. Put a stop loss up here where I have it. I'm going for a 4 to 1, which is down here. So hopefully, I don't know, it could get there, but maybe not. I don't know. That's what I have though. That's what I'm doing. I haven't really figured out targets in my trading. Like, entries are easy, but targets are like, it's kind of arbitrary, and arbitrary is never good. Seems like. Ambiguity is the is very detrimental to persuasion. That's all I know. Ambiguity is very detrimental to persuasion. Learn that in a lawyer book. Just makes sense though, because if you're not sure about something, but you have a claim, and you have multiple claims, like, yeah, this just doesn't make sense. All right, NQ is running lower. This is just chop day. Yeah, this is supply. Just the way this bar closed, that whole box is supply. The trend's up though, and I was expecting it to go further up, so I'm not gonna go short. Not gonna go long either because I don't see any place to go long. Gold is really slow. Don't know what's gonna happen. Crude oil, yeah, this trade's still going on. It's 15-minute. Still going on. I was already out. I lost 2.5 apples. Gold coming down, but it's still bullish. Still really bullish. It really needs to extend itself lower, and the bears need to flex a little bit. And that's the timer. No more entries. No more entries. I repeat, no more entries. The timer went off. That's 1 hour. Done. Only exit positions at this point, and I have my stop loss set, and I have my target set way down here. We're gonna let that thing just mature by itself, for itself. We have no other trades on. Let's look. this, I need CL in here as well, just so I can CL, paste window. There you go. This one would have been CLG24, I believe, and no entries. Good, very good. Yep, CLG24. Cool. It's only gold right now. Only gold short, and we're just leaving it on and hoping for the best. And that is the day session. So down 1,800 bucks. But we have 4.5 more apples on the line. So, oh man. So risking 11, so 12 apples plus 4.5. What is that? I don't know. 16.5. So 16.5 apples on the day. Times 150. I'm risking 24.75. The total day risk is 2,500 bucks. Or the reward could be at this point 21 apples. So 21 minus these 3, which would be income of 9 apples. So income of 1,300. That's the day. That's the trading session, and it's over. It's a bummer, but it's over.